It's the anticipation, that's what it is. Here we go. Hello and welcome to My First Supercar and Premier Velocity. Last week we reviewed the Porsche Boxster S, which a lot of you said wasn't a supercar, and I'd have to agree with you. So today we're reviewing one of my favourite cars. My name's Paul and this is the Lamborghini LP560 Spyder. Welcome to the Lamborghini LP560 Spyder, a review that I've been waiting to do for a long time. Lamborghini are my favourite car manufacturers ever, and Premier Velocity have got two, and we've finally been given the green light to do one on My First Supercar. The Performante is going to have to wait for a bit, so let's settle with the LP560 Spyder. I can't wait to get James in, switch this V10 on and take this out for a spin. But first, let's have a look at the interior, find out what makes this car so special and why I love it so much. The interior of the Lamborghini is beautifully designed, as you can imagine. There's a lot of quilted leather, a lot of white stitching to match the exterior of the car, and in this specific model of Premier Velocities there's a hell of a lot of carbon, which matches and rivals the 458 and the SLS, and even the McLaren that we did. There's some beautiful touches all round in the Lamborghini LP560. The wing mirrors are super pointed, just like the exterior of the car, very wedge shaped, and the view you get is also very cool with the air vents. Makes it look like you're riding in something special, which of course you are. And then across the dashboard you've got the very shiny Lamborghini badge, and then the center console, which a lot of people have criticised because it's very Audi based, but I actually quite like it. The interior of the LP560 Spyder feels very special, looks quite practical, but is also very supercar-esque. The outside of the Lamborghini looks loud, it just looks how a Lamborghini should look, but also how a supercar should look. So what we need to do now is find out what it drives like, hear that V10, and hopefully it ticks all of the boxes. So we've got James in the driver's seat.
Back in the driver's seat again.
I've got a smile on my face, you've got a smile on your face.
Oh yes.
You know what that means?
I can only mean one thing. We're a Lamborghini.
We're in a Lamborghini. It's just what it does. I mean, we're not even doing anything, it's just the way that it sits. You're so low to the ground. The dashboard is so swept forward.
It's an occasion.
It's always an occasion. It definitely is an occasion. So I think a lot of people on YouTube were also really excited to see our responses and reviews of a Lamborghini.
Of a Lambo, because we haven't done one yet.
No, we haven't done one, and we've
talked about them.
We have talked about them. We sort of teased everyone.
But we haven't been in one yet.
But finally, I get my wish come true to do a Lamborghini on My First Supercar.
So, starting off, we're in the LP560 Spyder, a car that's been around actually for quite a while now.
Well, the Gallardo has just come out of production. It's been in production for about 10, nearly 11 years.
Exactly. It's a 10-year-old car.
Produced 7,000 models.
Yeah, and 7,000 exactly, and they are, it's a definitive, it's an iconic design. It really is. You've seen the look of this car around for a long time. Obviously, they facelifted a few times. The 560 being the first of the facelifts with the new front end and the rear, with the 4 exhausts and a nice good chunk of power on top. It's
good to do a sort of the middle range Gallardo, because there was some older versions and some newer versions, so to do this as the first review is quite good, because you can then gain a concept of what the older ones were like, but also what the new ones are going to be like as well.
Absolutely. The reason that the Gallardo kind of fell behind in relation to things like the 12C and the 458 is because they didn't put this twin clutch system in there, which really does kind of revolutionise the way the car drives. As you can feel, I mean, I'm sure they can see on the camera too, every time you change gear, there's this real click like that.
That's the single clutch.
That's the single clutch, swapping cogs, old school style, basically, I mean,
and I've been in LP560s before, and there's one button which is basically a rocket booster, Which is the Corsa button.
The Corsa button. It's not. It doesn't make it like a Vauxhall Corsa.
No.
Don't be fooled. It's not. It's not like a Vauxhall Corsa.
So the gear changes at the moment, which we'll experience now because we've got a bit of room.
So this is sport, so a bit of acceleration. So it shakes you around a bit. In Corsa, what it does, essentially what it does is just ruin the clutch.
And rips your head off.
Rips your head off. So
this is Corsa acceleration.
This is Corsa. So it changes a little bit quick. It just swaps cogs a little bit quicker, basically.
This feels definitive supercar. It's just so fun.
It is
everything you do.
Exactly. You know, they make cars loud on purpose.
Yeah,
you know,
that's how the whole.
So this is, you know, definitively a loud car. You know, the valves on the Gallardo and, you know, especially on the 560. I think, you know, there's been the debate between the two. When they brought the Gallardo Spyder out, and you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
This is when they first brought the Valvetronic system in, and the old V10, 5 litre, not the 5.2, which is in here, I personally think sounds a little bit better than this.
I personally think that the Gallardo Spyder from 2006 sounds better than this.
I think so as well.
Let's put a poll to YouTube.
Yeah, and get them to think about it. No aftermarket exhaust.
Yeah,
just standards.
Completely stock. The 5 litre Gallardo Spyder sound or the 5.2 LP560 facelift sound.
Yeah.
Because it'd be interesting to see. So we're just coming up to the road where we can open the taps a little bit, hear the V10, feel the power. I think I'd like to do an acceleration in sport mode and then do it again in Corsa mode.
Yeah.
For no other reason than I want to do it twice. Here we go.
So it'll move around a bit at first. As it always does because it's quiet. So it does, you know, the gear changes are pretty quick. And then we'll bring it back down again.
Just sounds amazing.
Going to Corsa.
Okay, so now this is Corsa.
This is Corsa mode.
This is Corsa mode.
This is flat from kind of 35. And it'll move around as I change gear. If it moves as you change gear, the back moves. What's he taking a photo? Is he looking for pictures?
Just had a photographer on the roundabout taking photos.
That was.
That's what you get in the Lamborghini.
People are waiting.
People could hear us coming. But we're at the roundabout just before the
PV tunnel.
the Premier Velocity Tunnel. I can't wait for this, as I'm sure a lot of the YouTube viewers have been waiting for a Lamborghini
Lambo tunnel run. Lambo tunnel
There's
run.
no need now to YouTube search Lamborghini tunnel run because we're about to do one.
It's always the anticipation.
Yeah.
That's what's the tunnel.
Gonna put that window down.
I'm going to do a little bit of window on this side.
Yeah.
And then the back.
The tunnel looms. It's the anticipation, that's what it is. Here we go. That's nuts. My cheeks are hurting again. This This is the Gallardo, the entry-level Lamborghini. I can't even imagine what the Murcielagos were like.
Yeah.
And the Aventadors.
And the Aventador as well must be ridiculous.
It must be. I mean, the feeling this Lamborghini is giving me is sensational.
And that's what it's about.
That's what Lamborghini are all about. Let's go and do the tunnel again.
So for the second tunnel run, we'll do Corsa mode.
Corsa mode. Corsa mode through the tunnel.
Corsa mode.
All we're doing is turning around at the roundabout off the next lay-by and going straight back
the other way. You know what I mean? Again. So, and this video is going to be a bit longer than the others. We're going to do it about 5 times. Yeah. So we're just going to keep going all day.
We may as well. So here we go. Tunnel in Corsa mode. This is going to be loud. I hope that this video is doing all of the viewers justice of what they've been waiting for, because the Lamborghini is one of the cars that everyone's been waiting for. It's what I've been waiting for.
It's a dream car.
It is such a dream car. It's a boyhood dream car. It's definitely a car that...
And out of all the cars that we've tested so far, I'm absolutely going to say that it is the one that is the most desired. Just for the sheer excitement, and for the looks that you get, for the attention that it draws, and for what it represents. There's no better candidate really than this for buying your first supercar.
But with the Lamborghini, I love the Lamborghini because they were mad, because they were loud, and it's exactly the same inside as it is outside.
Absolutely.
Which is the best thing about it, and it's why I love them so much.
If we're going to wrap up, then you've got to touch on both. You've got to touch on the good and the bad, you know? I mean, to start off with the very,
The good is it's a Lamborghini and it ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, the good is a Lamborghini, it's white and it looks like this and it sounds silly.
And that's the thing, I mean, now that we've done the Lamborghini, I know what boxes need to be ticked for the rest of the cars.
Yes.
So I'm glad that we've got this.
Well, this is one of the best cars for comparison, for your test, because, you're buying it for specific reasons. So you've been out in the 458 in the McLaren and you've seen the capability they have as supercars and how fast they are and how, they rip your face off, and how when you're doing, really,
give me a headache.
Quick, giving you headaches. And when they're going really fast, it doesn't feel like they're going fast. And there's a big rock in the middle of the road. And
this doesn't give me a headache though, so...
Yeah, but that's because, you're enjoying yourself. It's another one of those cars I just don't pass up the opportunity of driving if I get the chance to drive.
And I wouldn't as well.
And trust me, I have driven so many Gallardos. I mean, I must have driven about 50 different types of Gallardo.
And they never get old?
Never. Even if they're like, old 08 Spyder or one that's got about 400,000 miles on or something, they're still just as good.
Always just as good, which is a good thing. So we can say that we finally wrapped up one of two Lambos.
One of two Lamborghinis.
Chapter
1.
So
done.
we hope we've done it justice.
I hope so.